Hi there. Welcome to episode number 37 of the For Animals for Earth podcast. Today's topic is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And it's just me here today. If you don't know me, I'm Brandy. I'm the founder of For Animals for Earth, which is a podcast and a resource hub full of simple ideas that anyone can try to make a difference in their daily lives. So, the topic for today that I wanted to talk with you about is the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. And I'm curious if you are familiar with these goals and how familiar you are with them and how much you've seen them in your life. There are 17 of them, and they came out in 2015 when the United Nations member states got together and they created what they call a blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet. And I like to throw animals in there as well. So I like to think of it as a blueprint for everything, peace and prosperity for everything. Um, it was a call for all countries to do something within these goals to make a difference. And I just think they were very brilliantly designed because they were made in a way that they can really be approached from so many different places of where one is starting, and whether one be a country or a company or a business or even us as individual people. So the reason I was curious if you've seen the sustainable development goals or not is because I've seen them, over the past 5 years, either presented as the goals or presented by corporations, saying what they're doing to address the goals. By the way, if you're not familiar with them, the goals are all things to accomplish by 2030. So basically, they were created in 2015 with the goal of reaching them by 2030. And I had not seen as much conversation about addressing them on an individual level, like how we personalize them in our lives. But I was looking more into the website, here in kind of 2021, and realizing that it's just really an incredible resource. There's a ton of information, and so I'm not going to try to recreate that information for you here. I'm putting a link in the show notes in the description so that you can go and peruse and look around for yourself. But there is just really so much there. So I thought I would tell you a couple of my favorite things. Just to get you started if it interests you. So, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly tell you what the 17 sustainable development goals are. I'm going to do them three at a time so that it is maybe a little bit easier to absorb because, it's a lot. And then what my favorite resources are that they have on their website that you might want to try too. And then five, they share simple ideas on their website as well. And so I'm going to tell you my five favorites. So if you don't have time to dig into what these goals are or anything like that, I'm going to tell you five ideas that you could start doing in your life now that would be contributing toward the sustainable development goals. So I hope that sounds good. Let's start with what the 17 sustainable development goals are. Number one is no poverty. So again, we're thinking about these are goals to accomplish by 2030 for the entire world. Okay. Number one, no poverty. Number two, zero hunger. And number three is good health and well-being. Number four is quality education. Number five, gender equality. And number six, clean water and sanitation. Seven is affordable and clean energy. Eight is decent work and economic growth. And nine is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. 10 is reduced inequalities. 11 is sustainable cities and communities. And 12 is responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate action. 14, life below water, and 15, life on land. Number 16 is peace, justice, and strong institutions. And number 17 is partnerships for the goals. So these are the 17 sustainable development goals that were laid out to reach by 2030. And it's kind of a, like we said, a blueprint for everyone in the world to work towards trying to make things better. And I think I guess what I really love about it is that it is a method that recognizes that everything is linked. So we can't address climate change if we're not addressing poverty and inequalities and health and education. But we can't address those things and ignore the fact that we need to do something about the climate and nature, right? So, those are the goals, and I think they can be a really great blueprint for us personally in our lives as well. And the UN.org website gives some great resources for that. So again, there'll be a link in the description. The first thing that I find really exciting on their website is what they call an Act Now campaign, and then there's an Act Now app, and the app is really great, you guys. The app is designed to give you like prompts. You can do it daily, however you want. I look at it daily, and it gives you a prompt for something that you can do at that moment to make a difference. And it's very simple, very actionable. It really aligns very, very closely with the type of things that we offer from For Animals Before Earth. So maybe that's why I love it so much. But it's a great app. You can download it at the link on their website. And it if you like that, it would give you a daily thing to do to be kind of more aware of just how you as a citizen are affecting these things on Earth. There's also a section for kids, which I think is really cool, which is the climate action superheroes. So that's kind of fun. They offer resources to help you teach your kids, which I also just think is really cool. And a lot of their advice, comes down to lobbying the government, and that's something that I am really looking to learn more about. I haven't done that in my life. And I know that that is one of the most effective ways to make a difference. And it's just something that I'm hoping to learn more about. I do know there's an organization called the Citizens Climate Lobby, and they have really great resources on their website for how to begin to think about lobbying your government officials wherever you live to try to make change. So that's one place to go. If you are someone who's an expert in lobbying the government and you would be willing to come on the For Animals for Earth podcast and teach us about how we could get involved in something like that as individual people, I would really love to have you on. So please reach out. You can email me at hello@foranimalsforearth.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at For Animals for Earth. I would really love to have you on and to learn more from you about how we can do that. So the last thing that I was going to share with you then today is 5 quick, simple ideas that I found on the UN Sustainable Development Goals website. So if you are not going to do anything else, you can just try to work these 5 things into your life. The first one is 5-minute showers. So I'm definitely curious if this is something that you already try to work into your life, but taking a 5-minute shower rather than a 15-minute shower has very obvious benefits to the world. Number 2, bring your own bag. I live in California, so it's state law here that you bring your own bags when you go shopping, and I think that's absolutely amazing. But here in the United States, I've noticed even when I go to other states, that's not the case, and I'm sure it's not possible everywhere in the world and for everyone, but if it's possible for you, it really does make a huge difference to use reusable bags when you go shopping and get rid of using plastic bags. So that's another idea. The third one is to refill and reuse. So for all of the things that we use for our household products or even coffee mugs, anything like that, refill things and reuse them instead of disposable. We all know we're trying to get away from using disposable items. The fourth is to turn the lights off. So, I don't know. I think some of us are really good at this and some of us are not so good at it, but it obviously helps to use less energy. And the last one that I really liked from their website is to drive less. Again, I know this is not possible for everybody, but if it's something that's possible in your life, you can push yourself a little to walk somewhere, whether it's to run an errand or just to get to, yeah, I don't know, to walk instead of drive. That's the goal. If it works in your life, it's an awesome way to connect with nature and with people and the community around us, as well as help the environment. So, those were the five that I liked. There's a bunch more on their website, and that app is just filled with stuff. So, I hope you all will check it out. I hope you will reach out to me if the sustainable development goals are something that speak to you. And yeah, and if you can come teach me about lobbying the government, that would be fabulous as well. All right. Thanks, guys. I will see you next episode. Bye.